Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Visitors are flocking to see tens of thousands of Christmas lights that adorn the Joseph Smith Birthplace in South Royalton. The lights were turned on the day after Thanksgiving, and they are now illuminated every night until January 1st. Today we're going to see... Here it is. Today we're going to see and learn about the lights of Christmas at the Joseph Smith Birthplace. It's a spectacular annual display that draws thousands of people to the site. Joining me is President Eric Worthington, who is the leader of the Montpelier stake of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, with stewardship over 10 congregations in central and northern Vermont. And alongside President Worthington is Bob Brosseau. Bob is the president of the Chittenden County chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace, which we'll learn more about in just a moment. Welcome to you both, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Fran.
Thanks, Fran.
So, President Worthington, tell us about the lights of Christmas and the traditions that go along with the lights.
Well, Fran, starting in about 1988, about 100 to 200,000 lights, depending on the year, were hung on trees, shrubs, fences, buildings, the chapel, the residents, and most importantly, the beautiful maple trees coming up Dairy Hill at this beautiful, beautiful location, strung by volunteers starting all the way back in August this year. They began standing on ladders, tractor buckets, members of the local church congregation there, volunteers, missionaries, all helped to make it possible.
Wow, since August. So what will someone see when they go to the birthplace?
Well, they'll see lights everywhere as they come up Dairy Hill, particularly on these big, old, beautiful, and young maple trees they've planted going up the hill. They'll see it around the residence and the memorial. There's actually a covered bridge depiction that you can see that the lights are depicted on that as well. It's beautiful, and we actually have people that propose to each other there every year, actually, at least once during the year. We have a marriage proposal at that place. So it's just a beautiful display.
And what's the significance of having the lights at this location in Vermont?
Well, in December of 1805, the 23rd of December, Joseph Smith was born here at this location. He was born and raised here for the first 11 years of his life. And there's a beautiful monument 38 and a half feet tall, commemorating his life with granite. It was made out of one single shaft of granite that was quarried right in Barrie and trucked to that location with a 12-foot granite base also from Barrie that commemorate his life and his life's work. So that's one of the things you'll see there as well. It's a beautiful display.
And so tell us a little bit more about Joseph Smith. He did move to New York when he was 11 or 12, but just quickly, a capsule of this a remarkable man.
Well, he was born on this place, in this remote hillside farm in Vermont, and so he learned some of the beautiful things that a lot of frontier life afforded. He had a close, large family. He worked really hard. He was taught patriotism, having Revolutionary War heroes in his bloodline. His parents were religious, but they were service-oriented, good people. He learned hard work ethic and all those good values that helped him prepare to become the first president and prophet of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Okay, and there are lots of things to see at the attraction. I want to make sure that we get to, of course, the lights are the main attraction, but there are other things that are also there. I want to get to this wonderful thing with Bob. There's a trailer that's it's part of the Sleep in Heavenly Peace organization. Bob, you head up that Vermont chapter. What is Sleep in Heavenly Peace?
Well, Sleep in Heavenly Peace was born out of a project by a gentleman in Idaho by the name of Luke Nicholson, who did a Christmas project for some local kids in his community that needed a bed, and it just took off from there. Right now, we're in like 4 countries, 326 chapters throughout the United States, and it's pretty basic. We just provide beds for kids that don't have beds, any, child from the age of 3 to 17, we will provide them with a brand new bed, brand new mattress, all brand new linens, just, to get them off the floor or in, poor sleeping situations that they happen to be in.
Fantastic. And you had quite a turnout in South Royalton. There are dozens of people here loading donations into the trailer. Tell us a little bit more about this evening.
Yes, we actually did a community bed build with the youth group with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints last year, and then we've just stayed in touch through our Facebook page. And then just out of the blue, we were contacted by them, and we fielded a bunch of questions. And I told them what my wish list was, and voila, they provided us with a brand new 14-foot trailer. And not only did they do that, all their community members and gracious people did a bedding drive, and they literally loaded it from front to back about 3 feet deep. And I've been going through it for now 3 days, just trying to catalog it all. But it was amazing donation, amazing gift by a bunch of amazing people.
And if people want to donate more or support Sleep in Heavenly Peace, how would they do that?
Well, they can reach us on the main website, which is www.shpbeds.org, or if they wanted to follow us on Facebook, our Facebook address is SHP Chittenden CO for county.
Thank you, Bob. And a reminder that you can also get more information about the lights of Christmas at the Joseph Smith Birthplace in South Royalton by checking the website listed on your screen or by calling 802-763-7742. Thank you both, Eric Worthington and Bob Brosso, for putting up all these amazing lights. Thank you so much, and happy holidays to you both.
Thank you, Fran.
Thank you so much, Fran. Have a great night.
Okay, thank you. The most popular plant during the holiday season is the poinsettia. To learn more about selecting a poinsettia and how to extend the life of your plant, here's retired UVM horticulture specialist Leonard Perry.
There's nothing that really puts me in the Christmas spirit more than visiting a local greenhouse and seeing hundreds, if not thousands, of poinsettias, as we see here at Clausen's greenhouses in Colchester before the holiday season. And there's just so many different types. There's some new types in addition to the traditional red ones that you might want to consider. This is probably one of the most different. This is a rose series. It's a red and a pink rose. It actually looks kind of like a rose, very different. This is one that I've liked. It came out several years ago called Monet. A new one, a punch series. There's a sparkling and a nice punch with a little bit of white in the leaves. Traditional white. You can get just a traditional pink. One such as this, which is again a kind of different one with speckles in it. This has a lot of speckles. This is called glitter. There's an older variety called Jingle Bells. It's really nice. And then there are the types with kind of white on the edges. That's called a marble type. And there's red and white marbles. And then for one that's, if you want a really maroon color, there's this new maroon color of poinsettia. So those are just some of the range of the different types. If you can't decide, how about a tricolor mix? Several put together, or even a couple of colors, as we see in the back with the punch series, the ice punch and the sparkling punch, the red and the pink with the white in it. We saw earlier in the small size. So again, if you have a small space or want to put them on small tables, the small sizes, but the big ones, even you can hang ones like this. I often get one of these. They're so full, take the hanger off and just set that on a table, and it just is beautiful there. So as far as choosing them, a couple of other things to keep in mind when you do go out and look for them. Keep in mind that these colored parts are actually modified leaves called bracts. The bits in the center, the little yellow parts, are the flowers. And that's what you want to look at, because when choosing one, you want those either not open or still very tight. If they're all the way open, that means the poinsettia is pretty old and going past, hasn't had the right care. If they're not even there, again, a good sign that hasn't had the right care. So you you want these little yellow buds in the center, which are the true flowers. Also, look at the foil for a couple of reasons. One is often it hides lack of leaves, or in this case, kind of one-sided. This didn't get enough light on this side. You want one that's balanced all the way around. So look for that. And also, the foil, attractive as it is, will hold water if it doesn't have a hole. Usually they don't. So when you get that home, either take the foil off, or what I do is make a small hole in the bottom, put it in a saucer to keep the water from draining onto furniture. And that way you can see how much water is there. You don't want the poinsettia sitting in water. That's one of the things it doesn't like. But first, to get it home, once you've chosen one, you want to protect it from cold. They really don't like cold that we have up here. Very sensitive. That can make the flowers turn bad. So make sure if they're small, in a paper bag or this sleeve, as it's called, for plants, make sure it's fastened at the top, either with tape or a staple. So a good store will do that. Insist on that, or else your plant may not live when it's coming home. Make sure the car is warm. All these things, remember, it doesn't have a coat on. That's all it's got to protect it from the cold. And then once home, you want to make sure, again, that it doesn't get overwatered. If in doubt, don't water. Keep it on the dry side and make sure it drains well. And keep the poinsettias away from windows or wood stoves. They really don't like warm or cold drafts on them. Other than that, they're pretty foolproof, will last a long time.
Great tips on caring for that holiday poinsettia. Earlier, we were talking about the lights of Christmas at the Joseph Smith Birthplace in South Royalton. We just wanted to give you that information one more time. There is the website, www.churchofjesuschrist.org. That's my reading is poor today. Or you can call 802-763-7742. And once again, thank you for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. Stay well.